Sure, if I start talking, I wouldn't stop. It's better not to say anything. Be thinking about the things I should have said before last Tuesday, last Wednesday, this morning, yesterday, a few years ago, this time last year, things I should have said. Could have said, not should have said, could have said. There was a chance to say something. And then the time passed. I didn't say it. I didn't get another chance, not the same way. And another opportunity came. I wasn't ready to speak at that time. So where would I start if I was to speak, you know? How far back do you want me to go? There's no reason why I shouldn't go all the way back, is there? Or why should I talk about that period, or that time, or that day, or that conversation, or that situation? Why not another one? Why not all of them? They're all the same anyway, aren't they? Same situation every time, right? What difference does it make? The moment you start, you can't stop. You know, you'll have to start moving through the time. From one rock to the next. There'll be no end to it. It'll end when you walk away and you stop listening. After making me talk, you'll walk away, stop listening. And then what am I going to do the next time? How can I talk about this now if I can't say what happened before this? I didn't get finished what I was saying before this. I'm not ready to say anything now until I've cleared up what I wanted to say before, what I should have said before, not what I should have said, what I could have said before. I could have said something good, something that would have changed things. You know? Changed them even a little bit. Could have changed them in a big way. Who knows? Who knows what words can do? If they're said at the right time, the right words, the right time. But you can't be sure, you know. You can't be sure it won't make things worse. At least if you say nothing, it can't make it worse. Well, it can make it worse, but it's not really your fault, is it, if it gets worse because you don't say anything? Unless, of course, somebody asks you to say something, and they tell you they need you to say something, and you don't speak, you don't say anything. Well, that could be your fault then. But otherwise, if you don't say anything, it's not your fault. You don't have to speak, you know. Unless you're being interrogated, even then you don't have to speak. Say nothing. Call your lawyer. Take the fifth. If you can stick it out. You might not be able to stick it out. And if you start talking, there'll be no end to it. And there'll be no one to listen. You'd have to have relays of people. You'd have to have teams of people taking turns to listen to you. And all of those people connected together somehow. So they can keep what you say together. In one piece. Otherwise, what's the point? What you have to say gets scattered around. Nobody knows the whole story. So you're better off not saying anything, you know. Keep quiet. Keep your mouth shut. You'll be alright if you keep your mouth shut. You look alright. People that think you're alright, you probably will be alright. I mean, if you look alright and they think you're alright, well, maybe you are alright, you know. But you won't be alright if you start talking. You can be sure of that. You might want to be alright. You might want to get something off your chest. But that's not what's going to happen. Not what's going to happen. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear. The trouble it'll cause. It's just not worth it. You're not worth it. Doesn't mean you're worthless, but you're not worth that. You're not worth what you have to say. You shouldn't say it. There are things you shouldn't say. Things you can't say. Whether you should or shouldn't, you can't say them. You couldn't have said them. You couldn't have said those things. You just couldn't. They couldn't be said. Or they couldn't be heard. They couldn't be allowed to be said. You know. And if you can't say them, you have to say something else. So what else is there to say? You know, what else is there? Lots of other things to say, isn't there? But which of them? Which one are you going to pick? Which one? There's too many to choose from. If you can't say what you want to say, well, what's the value in anything else you say? Maybe it's valuable to them. If you talk about the shine on the floor, or the new TV, the pollution, the books, whatever, that might delight somebody, other people, to hear you say that. Might make them feel good to hear something familiar. You know, something they can expect, something they can respond to, something they can forget about once it's said. You don't want to go confusing people, telling them things they're not ready for, they don't want to hear, they don't understand. Things you don't understand, things you're not ready for. You can't put them at their ease. Once you say these things, you can't give them a key or instructions or, because you don't have them yourself. Think about something else. You think too much, they say. You're always thinking you think too much. What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to do with that? Just quietly accept it. It's true. End of topic. Let's talk about the rugby. Or Brexit. Or Trump. Or whatever. Or nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Better still, keep away, keep out of sight. Stay in. Close the door. And just wait. Wait for something to happen. Something big to happen. Something big that will be easy to talk about. Natural to talk about. Big bomb. An earthquake. An accident. If you didn't have to, you probably wouldn't talk ever again. What's the point? When you talk, you're expecting something back, Otherwise, what's the point? Keep your voice low. Keep it down. Keep it slow. Slow and low. If you knew you'd never have to talk again, I think you'd be alright. You could be quiet forever then, without too much trouble. But you can never know that. You know that's not going to happen. At some point down the line, you're going to have to talk to someone. You're going to have to say something. It's coming down the line. And you've got to be ready for that. You've got to practice the words. Practice things, types of things that you would say to types of people you might meet. Practice and practice and practice so you're ready. You can't not be ready. I don't know why. I think if you stop caring about being ready, something is wrong. Something is really wrong at that point. If you stop practicing inside your head what you'll say, something is wrong. Even if you don't speak, you're still practicing speaking. So you might as well speak. But if you start, you won't be able to stop. You can stop inside your own head sometimes when you're practicing. You can get up and do something. You can bang the piano. Bang your head against the wall. You can do anything when you're alone. You can't do that when you're with somebody, when you're talking to them. You just have to keep going. You have to talk your way out of it. You know. There's no way you can do that. No way you can do that, boyo. It's never been done. Never been done by anybody. Nobody who tried to be honest, anyway. Practice, 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 practice. We're always practicing. So that's what my father used to say. He'd be going out to play a match, and he'd say, so that's only practice. And I'd say, no, we had our practice midweek on Wednesday. This is the real thing, this is the game, this is the match. And he'd say, no, it's just the practice. Every match is practice. Everything is practice. I didn't understand what he was talking about. Thought he was messing with me. But everything is practice. It's never the real thing. You never get a chance at the real thing. Or do you? Does anybody get a chance at the title? A real shot at the title? Maybe you think it's the title. And maybe you think it's the title when you lose. You're convinced when you lose that that was the title, that had been a shot at the title, that you threw away, that you lost. But when you win, it's different. You find out that wasn't really the title. That was just a practice. What's coming next, that's the title. if you're lucky enough to get a shot at it. Title is coming down the line. You have a title now, but it's not the title. It's not the real title. It was just a practice. Keep practicing. Unless you practice all the time, you're fucked. One slip and you're fucked. You drop the ball, you're fucked.